It's recording.
Okay, so this is the Raspberry Pi. There it is. This is a whole computer. And these two metal parts here are called heat sinks, and you have to put them on these two pieces. It helps dissipate heat from the Raspberry Pi. You got a few attachments. Here you've got 4 USB ports. Here you have an Ethernet cable, but it does come with wireless internet connectivity. Here you've got your audio connection. Here's your HDMI connection for your monitor. And there's your power supply, so your power supply goes in there. Now the one thing that Raspberry Pi, if you just order just the Raspberry Pi, doesn't come with is the little SD card. And you need at least a 16 gigabyte SD card to put on the operating system. So this is where we got stuck with the students last year, that we didn't understand or didn't know which operating system to use. So I played with it over fall break, and on this SD card I installed, first I had to install an SD card formatter from Kano, Kano.com. And then I installed the Kano operating system on the SD card. Once those two steps were done, and it's pretty easy, the website walks you through how to do it. Then you just install it in there and connect it to power. So I'm going to pass it to Airly, and Airly's going to connect it to our keyboard, our mouse,
that's
and our
Airly.
computer. Yeah, there's Airly. So that's the power supply.
You can't really see me
That goes in there. Good. You can back up a bit, Adeline, if you can't get Airly in the scene. Yeah, good.
I
Push it all
can
the
get
way in.
Airly in the scene.
Good. Okay, now plug that in.
You can see the light.
Yeah, you can see the light.
Have
And
to see the light.
what I didn't know before actually is the red light means there's power. The green light means it's loading an operating system. That goes in this one, HDMI. Upside down. There you go.
How come it looks so close up, but it's so far away?
So close, but so far, eh?
Yeah,
good.
the,
And now these
on
two
the camera
on
it looks so
USB
close,
ports
but it's
in either of these two
actually
boxes.
far away.
All right, so you can see the screen now.
So I
There-
have to-
Adeline, if you lift up to the screen, you'll see that the operating system is just booting up. Good. And then this one, your keyboard,
I cannot see anything.
it's black. Yeah, it was up a second ago, and it'll keep loading. Yeah, sure. Oh, loading dashboard, it says. Okay. So we'll move this guy way up
It
here.
always
so he's out of the
says
way.
that.
And then I'll work the computer.
Yeah, you work it, and we'll explain to everybody what's happening here. Okay, so let's start a new video, though. So loading down. Good. So Airly's got a keyboard and a mouse. Hold up your mouse there.
Oh.
There we go. So she's got those two connected. Alright, so that's the sound of the Kano. Okay, so on the very front of the Kano, you've got the person who's logged in. That's Principal Dumont. That was a name I used. You've got this little guy called Story Mode. You've got on-off button down on the bottom. You can change your screen or your
My
mode.
mouse is stuck.
Yeah, it's because it's not done loading. You just have to be patient. Okay, you got some apps that will show up in the middle and some stat picks. There's a little app store. There's not a ton on their app store,
And I'm just going to do that.
but there's some pretty neat activities. Now, just to explain a bit about what I understand so far about story mode, that lets you enter inside the Raspberry Pi, and very child-friendly software for kids to learn more about coding and more about computer technology in general, just computer basics, some computer engineering. In the apps, you've got code with Kano, you've got code with Scratch. You can make a Pong game. Let's click Snake. So you can play Snake, or you can code Snake, which is pretty cool. So they've got a few different apps that you can bring up.
Or there are lots of different games. We do a different game. Daddy,
Yeah.
why aren't we doing Minecraft?
So it says,
This is my room, Addie.
And there is your room.
go show her. Let's see.
Right? Let me show you. Look at your room. Yay!
So what did you learn from doing all this Minecraft, Airly?
How to build a house.
How to build a house, yeah? You learn lots about building a house?
Yeah.
That's cool. Is it fun?
Yeah.
Is it hard work?
Yeah.
Is it?
And I just thought, Daddy, if I want to,
You
I'm
need a
going to
pink
make a
floor.
hallway.
Ooh, good idea. You could do an expansion. So I guess the question as an educator would be, how can you use Minecraft with beautiful waterfall features as an educator? Well, I think Minecraft, without being an expert at all, is a pretty immersive way for kids to learn some principles of coding and to do some creative building. And then in addition to, I'm familiar with some teachers who have taken the world of Minecraft, shared their space with students and had the students perform certain tasks to learn skills. So I know there's a good social studies connection there, where if you're looking at historical thinking, you could build a historical world in Minecraft and have the kids kind of role play it in this virtual reality. But there's probably lots of other connections with language arts as well, where you're developing a storyline. So there's certainly lots of ways to use the educational version of Minecraft. But what else does Kano have that I can see so far? So this is the story component of Minecraft, and you've got this little character, and as you walk around, you can get into some conversations, get to code the most awesome game of Pong, if you'd like. So that's an option. And there's an info booth here. And this lady says, keep exploring the world. You only know half the island. So you can go to different spots and kind of, there's a power path, so it teaches you about the electricity component of the game. You can also play games within the game. So for example, I can get into a Pong game, play Pong, it's gonna load it up. So it'll let me play a game of Pong, and then it'll let me learn how to code said game of Pong. And I'm not very good at this game of Pong, I'll tell you that. Oh man. Anyway. So that's that component of the Kano operating system. So the kids get to dive deep into the computer. So there's a map that shows how much of the computer board I've got and discovered. There's quests, so all the different quests that I'll go through, like making Pong is one example. And there's how much of the code I've been able to figure out as well. So there's the zeros and ones. So 1 out of 21 codex items have been discovered. Alright. Like I mentioned earlier, there's some apps here, and you've got some tiles at the bottom so you can go through and select. So I got a YouTube player, I've got a Kano profile, you can change some stuff, you can go on the internet, so that's their version of a web browser. They've got a calculator, Pixel Kit, so another opportunity if you're using the Pixel Kit, which I think is an add-on. You can access your Gmail, your Google Drive, some Google Maps, all here as well. Take notes on LeafPad, enter into the Code Academy, read PDFs. So there's quite a bit of usability here, as you can see, for just being a regular computer. You got some settings there, an office, some paint. So I think quite a few things you can do, and then there is an app store as well, so you can go ahead and look and see if there's other apps that one may be interested in adding from the app store. So that's just a really quick rundown of essentially what is a $60 computer, and then of course you're going to need a monitor, but most schools have got a bunch of monitors laying around. You may need an adapter though, because it only feeds out HDMI, and most monitors in a school will only go VGA, so you'll have to get a little $5 adapter from Amazon. And then keyboard and mouse, but again, if you got a computer lab or keyboards and mice laying around, you get to go your set. So lots of possibilities. On the Kano website, you can, as a school, order kits that will come with everything you need, save the monitor and the key and the mouse, although it comes with a keyboard, which is pretty cool, and a trackpad actually, so you wouldn't need a mouse either. And it comes with the SD card, and they're $150 kits, which is pretty cheap when you think about what you could do with it. And if you order just personally, they're $200. And then beyond that, you could order just this with some SD card and the heat sinks and the power supply. That whole kit is $99 from Amazon, and then you could just upload your Kano software. So you got a few options there if you're interested in exploring this for $150 or less. And then you'll need a few of these accessories. Maybe they're laying around your school, or you could talk to some of the resources in your district to see if you can get your hands on some keyboards and monitors and whatnot. Anyway, thanks for watching.